lived in North Dakota for some time, and at holiday time, I needed my sweet Italian sausage.
Don't we all?
Growing up in Queens, and you're growing up in Staten Island, you can appreciate this. If it was holiday time and I needed the sausage, no problem. In North Dakota, not as easy. And so I would get in my car and drive from Bismarck, North Dakota, over the border into Minnesota, about 220 miles. And there was an Italian-American butcher, deli owner, and that is where I got my great sweet Italian sausage to provide at our own unique Italian-American Thanksgiving.
Oh, so I would never challenge that in terms of miles. But when we lived in Washington, D.C., and we would go home to visit the parents and the relatives in Staten Island, we always had, big coolers to go and stop at all the grocery stores in the Salem areas to get. I love the ring sausage. It's kind of my favorite. Oh. And you can't find that everywhere, but yeah, and a little partial to the hot sausage too. But it is interesting how just, so many of those areas where the Italian came first still have, maintained that kind of quality that we got used to, in certain areas.
It is a natural way to live and cook and eat if one goes to a restaurant. And it began for me with my ancestors from Italy.
And so, the thing I think we get lost in, because we're both so proud of our Italian-American heritage, is everybody loves Italian food. This is not something that we keep to ourselves. It is probably one of the most favorite foods that Americans, my husband's German, English, Irish, he craves Italian food more than I do.
And Susan, I know your husband, and he cooks Italian food.
Oh, he cooks very well. He cooks very well.
And I think sauce is such an important part of it, right? And knowing, and of course, one wants to know, where did the tomatoes come from?
Sure.
Yes?
Sure, absolutely. And I can tell you, as a master of pasta, you know when it's good pasta and when it's bad pasta. And there's a difference, and that can make a big difference in as great a sauce, or as my grandmother would call it, gravy. And the pasta was called macaroni. Everything was called macaroni. But the quality was different, and that was just something that everybody took very seriously, and I still do, as does my husband.